Hey, everybody, it's Mike Kerr, and this is the future of America. Listen, joining us today is Coach Dave Daubenmire, who has spoken at several of the Hear the Watchmen conferences over the course of the years. And I have him back to us to get his feet on some things. Dave, thanks for joining us today.
Mike, always a pleasure to do that. And boy, you just mentioned that. Spoken at several. How long ago did you have your first one out there in Dallas, Mike? And trying to warn people, even 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it would be. And here we are. And so much what everybody's been saying at those things has come true around us, hasn't it?
It's amazing. You know, it's just amazing what's going on. Listen, Dave, we're going to cut right to the chase here this morning for everybody. America, it's a hot mess. I mean, we've got some guy in the White House that's just he's like a drone. We've got the supply chain just blown up. We've got rains in California causing mudslides. We have our cities, our major cities, in absolute chaos right now with the police disappearing, defunding the police, the COVID mandates, where fortunately some of them are standing up and saying, no way, I won't comply. Okay, Coach, where are we going in America today?
Hey, we're going into the end zone, Mike. We're about to win. Listen, friends, we all know this now. Thank God for everything that's kind of, I'll move back a little bit here. Thank God for everything that's transpired around us. But Mike, if we would have thought, if we look at where we are today, and if we would have thought back even 5 years ago when Donald Trump was first elected, if we could even have imagined the transition that we would go through to what appeared to be a good peak, and then all of a sudden, boom, a crash down to the bottom, we could never, ever in our wildest dreams believe what's happened to us in a short period of time. But I try to tell everybody, I'm kind of one of those guys that goes against the Christian flow a little bit, Mike. I think we're about to win. We can get into eschatological stuff and all that stuff, end times and all that. My good buddy John Barnett told me, he says, Coach, there's going to be a rude awakening before there's a great awakening. And I think, Mike, we're sitting right on the precipice of this rude awakening. And everything around us seems to be falling apart, and it is, I suppose. But we would have to agree, wouldn't we, that so many of the institutions and things that are going on in America built on lies. Our government's a lie. Our educational system is a lie. Our monetary system is a lie. Everything's a lie, Mike. And how much longer can we continue living this lie and hand off any kind of organized country to our children and grandchildren? So from my perspective, this all has to happen. Now, if we were look at it a bigger perspective or a spiritual religious perspective and end times perspective, then other people might have a different perspective on it. But I know this, Mike, I only have today. I don't have tomorrow, and it's not promised to me tomorrow. And whether or not the eastern sky is going to split and Jesus is going to return, I really can't concern myself on that. So, I'm living my life every day. I look around, I see whether we want to admit it or not, the devil's losing, the devil's being exposed in every area that you look. And we're about 60 years behind in this war, aren't we? They've had a team on the field, Mike, for 60 years. They've taken over our education. They've taken over Hollywood. They've taken over government. They've taken over everything. And it's only been for like 18 months of our side's waking up saying, hey, maybe we better get engaged here, right? And we're slow. We're slow because we're not really organized together yet. But little silos are popping up everywhere. And I'm telling you, dude, we're getting ready to win. When some of this truth, when people start dropping over dead from COVID vaccines, Mike, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. When people start dropping over dead from those, people are going to begin to say, what the heck? What have they been telling me? And I think it's going to be, as I said, a rude awakening that's going to happen as a result of it. So as bad as it looks, it's going to have to get worse probably before it gets better. But hey, dude, let's go, Mike. Let's get through it. I got 7 grandchildren. I got 2 more on the way. I got something to fight for. And what a time to be alive.
Well, Coach, I couldn't agree with you more. And here's the thing. You and I, for quite some time, have been talking about And let me segue a little bit here. You were the one that got me fired up originally in Bozeman, Montana to actually get out and do something.
Don't blame me now. Don't you blame
It's
me.
all your fault.
Yep.
Look, Coach, I mean, here's the thing. People tend to look at all this stuff. You look at some of the headlines today, we're headed into hyperinflation. We're headed into some really rough economic times. People tend to get paralyzed and they don't want to leave the house. I mean, it's just all part of this agenda to control us. What do you say to those people who get so frightened by everything that's happening around us right now?
Well, first of all, do you really want this monetary system to continue the way it is, where they're just printing money? Really want to do that? Look around at the inflation that's gone on and property values skyrocketing. You know, a property that's worth 200,000 yesterday or last year is worth 350. Mike, we can't have any type of stability and stuff like that, right? So I say, listen, if this whole thing's going to crash, let it happen now. I'm going to be 69 years old in a month. 60 freaking 9 years old. How could I be that old? So, you know, I got a few years to ride out here, and I don't want to ride out. I would like to ride out in comfort and peace, but again, I got those little grandbabies that call me Grampy, and I got to stand up and fight. So I think it's good that all of this stuff will crash. Mike, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it just be a time to stand up and dance if the public school system went belly up? Huh? Has there been anything that's destroyed the American system any more than our government school system? When they close down, I dance, brother. I dance. Wouldn't it be great if that banking system, even though it's going to cause us some headaches, heartaches, tough times, wouldn't it be great to get back to real money so everything maintained its value? Those are the kind of things, if our society is going to continue, Mike, those kind of things have to happen, brother. They have to happen. I was looking the other day at the inflation, where that thing's heading. What a house is going to be $500,000 a year from now. It's crazy, right? So what was it? Somebody a lot wiser than me said, if it's going to happen, let it happen in my time so that my children and grandchildren have a better chance to move forward from here. I'm the eternal optimist. I was having this discussion.
Well, you should be, though. I mean, we really should be, because
we all should be. Yes.
We know who's got this. God's got this. You know, it's funny though, you bring up the issue of housing. You know, I've had people call me up and talk to me, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Mike, my house is worth $500,000. I've made $300,000." I'm like, hold on. Did you sell your house? Well, no, I don't have any intention on selling my house. Well, then you haven't made any money. Okay, that's the way it works, you know. And if
and it ain't money anyway.
and if you do sell your house, you got to go out and you got to find another house, you know. So we can't be sucked in to this craziness of the economy. We have to stay focused, and we have to stay focused on Jesus and stay focused on serving the Lord. That is our job. That is what the Lord asks us to do.
So Mike, I shared on my show the other day. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, buddy. I shared on my show the other day. You know, I was a high school football coach for 35 years, right? And you understand, when you're coaching a team, you understand momentum. And when you're standing on the sidelines, you look up at the scoreboard, and the scoreboard may say 14-14, but you have a feeling that you're winning. I mean, you just know, right? You just know. And I told people this. It's like, you know, the other team would punt the ball, and our defense would come running off the field. When they come running off the field, they'd come up to me, and I'd say, "Hey, how we doing out there, boys? How we doing?" And Mike, you know what they would say? "Oh, coach, we're kicking their ass. We're kicking their ass." Because why? They knew individually that they were beating the guy over them, right? It didn't show up on the scoreboard yet. That's where we are, Mike. We haven't even been engaged in the game at all. We have not, we would admit that, right? Christians have not been engaged in the game.
No.
And now we're engaged in the game. And Mike, we're kicking their ass, right? Now they still hold, I'm sorry, folks, about the word. They still hold all the,
that word's biblical.
That's right, it's biblical. They still appear to hold all the levers of power, right? They still do. But Mike, that thing's about to shift here. There's going to be a big turnover in this football game, and I believe that. Well, we know this is the greatest revival in the history of mankind is right out in front of us, brother. That's what the scripture says is going to happen, right? In the last days, he's going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Sons shall prophesy, young men shall dream dreams, old men shall see visions. Mike, we're sitting on the precipice of this, so we ought to be excited. We're winning this thing. Hey, Mike, we're kicking their ass.
We are, and we're going to continue to do so. Coach, you have a new initiative that you're working on with Dr. Sherry Tenpenny and some other folks. Tell us a little bit about that.
We started, it just came out, really kind of came out of nowhere. I've known Dr. Sherry for about a little over a year, maybe. And then a buddy of mine, Ohio, Brett Bull, we were at a conference they were having here in Ohio. And next thing we know, we're sitting at the table and we ask ourselves a very simple question. Who is funding good in America today? We know who's funding bad, right? You name Soros, BLM, the government, unions. We know that, but who's funding good? And we couldn't name anybody. See, focus on the family. Nah, family research. No, nobody really is. So we launched, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny and Ohio Brett and I launched what we called thechristianrevolution.net. Folks, you can go to that website, thechristianrevolution.net. And we decided it was time for us to raise a whole bunch of money and through the grant making process, fund people who are out there who are doing some good things. Mike, nobody's doing that, are they? And we're looking, this sounds almost otherworldly. We think 80 million people voted for Donald Trump. We're looking for 1 million people to give us $100.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing, is it, Mike? That's
No.
$100 million. And then we're going to take that $100 million and we're going to give it to people who have to go to conferences and sell hats and shirts to keep their ministry up and running. This is ridiculous. We're fighting against BLM and George Soros, and they got all kinds of money, and we're counting nickels on our end. So we're looking for people who will join us at thechristianrevolution.net and join our team. Get others to join our team. Throw $100 our way. Do $100 a month. Do $50 a month. Whatever you can afford. And well, Mike, we've already jumped into this battle. We're right now currently launching 6 different lawsuits helping people who've lost their job because of vaccine mandates, because of mask mandates, just for a variety of reasons. Real people who've lost their jobs. We currently are on the process right now of 6 different lawsuits going out on the offensive, Mike. We're going to fight back. And so we'd sure appreciate the help anybody out there could give us with the christianrevolution.net. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny's our rock star, and we travel around and we hold not conferences, but meetings, and we talk to people, say, help us out. And we raised a little over $500,000 in our first 6 weeks. So we're heading somewhere with it, Mike. And by the way, we've already distributed some of the money out.
Awesome. Awesome, Coach. Coach.
Nobody's funding good, right, Mike? Nobody's funding good.
No, that's the thing. I like it. I like it. And again, what's the website folks can go to?
thechristianrevolution.net. It's a Christian, it's not a conservative revolution. It's a Christian revolution. We're going to promote Christian values. Mike, what if we started funding homeschool co-ops? What if we started funding little Christian co-ops where we began to train our kids, get them out of that educational system? What if we began to fund these things that all are going on all around us? What if we began to train our children again? Mike, just the possibilities of this are endless. It takes some money, but it doesn't take a lot of money. And we're really, really excited about the direction we think the Lord's taking it. thechristianrevolution.net.
Awesome, Coach. Well, listen, I want to thank you for joining us today. Just so amazing to talk to you. And it always pumps me up to hear you. You're so excited about what you're doing. So thank you.
Hey, we serve a victorious Lord, Mike. We're going to win, brother. We're going over. We ain't going under. I'm just telling you, we got to get that mindset, baby. Jesus said, occupy till I come, and he who endures to the end shall be saved. But we ain't come yet. And as far as I know, it ain't the end. So let's dig in, tighten our belts, and earn our meal money.
Amen. Lock and load, brother.
Yes,
So
sir.
listen, here's the deal, folks. Visit hearthewatchmen.com. We have completely redesigned our website. You can link to people like Coach Dave there. We have daily news stories appearing. We have all of our on-demand conferences on the home page that you can avail yourself of. Most importantly, in the upper left-hand corner, we're working really hard to help out Russ Disdar's family. We have a GoFundMe page. You can link there. Our goal is $75,000, and God bless all of you who have donated. We're about halfway there now, but it's not time to give up. You got to get in there and you got to make a donation. You got to help Shelly with the bills. An update on Shelly: as of yesterday, she was still in the hospital, but she was feeling better. She's not sure when she's going to get out. But again, folks, the longer she's in the hospital, the longer the bills add up, because Russ and Shelley had no insurance. So please.
And Mike, let me throw this in there real quick. I don't know if you saw this or not, or your viewers saw this or not. There's a lie going around the internet that Dr. Sherry Tenpenny went and actually delivered medicine to Russ Dizdar, and it ended up killing him. Well, that's a lie, unbelievable lie. And it really came off of my show, because I was talking about getting some medicine to Russ Dizdar through his associate, Sherry. I don't know if you know Sherry, but
Yeah,
Russ had a team, right? Russ had a team. So I got vitamins to Sherry to get to Russ, and they thought it was Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. So they're making this accusation that Dr. Sherry Tenpenny and Coach Dave killed Russ Dizdar. Is it crazy, isn't it, brother? It's crazy. That's where we are, man.
That is where we are in America right there.
Yep.
Well, folks, come on, get busy, quit talking and start walking. And here's the thing. When you go to our website and you see on there the spiritual warfare, intensive spiritual warfare conference that we did, you can hear Coach Dave, you can hear Russ like 4 times, you can hear Sherry, you hear Sherry Clausen, you hear Tom Dunn. The proceeds from the sale of that will go to help support Shelly in paying her medical expenses, as well as the GoFundMe. So there's a way you can get something for yourself and help Shelly. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up today for this special edition of The Future of America. Again, Coach, thanks for joining us today. We really enjoyed the time with you.
We're all in this together, brother. We're going to win. God bless you, Mike. Say hi to Jeannie.
God bless you. Say hi to your lovely wife, Michelle, and all those grandkids. And listen, folks, remember, there's absolutely nothing you can't do. Just get up off the couch and do it. Never, ever give up, and always help your brothers and sisters. We'll see you next time here on another edition Friday of The Future of America. God bless. See you soon. Okay, that was fun, dude.
That went fast. Glad to be part of it.